evening and thanks for joining us. If you feel you've been gouged or taken advantage of by an airline or a bank, there is news for you tonight. Another Canadian airline, Porter, has been ordered to revise the way it compensates people who get bumped from their flight. And in Ottawa, there's a push for banks to put a cap on the fees they charge you at bank machines. We'll tell you more about that in a moment, but we begin with Ross Lord and another victory for passenger rights.
Porter Airlines is the latest to be scolded by the Canadian Transportation Agency for its system of compensating passengers. The agency is forcing Porter to repay Canadians bumped from U.S.-bound flights, rather than offer a credit to be used at a later date. It's the result of a complaint by this passenger rights activist.
The very basic principle has been restored that passengers should not be paying for services that they do not receive.
Gabor Lukács is a volunteer with a growing track record. Thanks to him, Air Canada passengers bumped from overbooked flights can receive up to $600 more in compensation. Much appreciated at airports, where it seems many customers are too willing to settle for less.
I remember I never got refunded for a trip, but I didn't fight much for it.
It's a question of simply seeing something wrong, understanding what is wrong, and being able to do something about it.
A mathematician by trade, Lukács takes on the airlines for free, and he doesn't just dabble, sometimes researching for entire days.
It's always good to have a watchdog, I think, or somebody like an ombudsman or somebody like that to kind of keep track of things. So yeah, I think that's great.
It's a good thing he's succeeding because other efforts have gone nowhere. The federal government has rejected calls for a passenger's bill of rights that would have built-in compensation for passengers whose flights are canceled, delayed, or overbooked.
Somebody has to do something about it.
And he's working on more complaints, including Porter's compensation policy for Canadians bumped off domestic flights. His message to Canadian air travelers: know your rights and never assume you're in the wrong. Ross Lord, Global News, Halifax.